G'day guys, and welcome back to the garage, or in this case the paddock. You might remember a few months ago we rescued an old Renault R10 from out on the farm. As the property had been sold, it had been sitting underneath some pine trees there for probably 20 plus years. Anyway, my intention today on this episode is just get all the muck cleaned out of the engine bay, pressure wash the engine down, and just get it ready to be started. So we'll have a quick look around in the engine bay. Got my pressure washer and everything all ready to go. And my cobweb cleaner. So we'll just have a look and see how what it's going to take to get this old girl started. Well, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess in there. It doesn't really look the best. A lot of cobwebs and what have you. And then in here, you probably can't see that. It's about half full of pine needles between the back panel and the radiator panel there. But anyway, so the intention today is to see if we can't get it all cleaned up and just get it ready to be started. I don't think I'll be starting it on this episode, but we'll certainly get it cleaned up. First things first, I'll see if I can get rid of some of the cobwebs. That is plaguing this thing. We'll empty out all these pine needles. Somebody's long lost screwdriver. I think that's much good for anything. Used to have a pretty good ant's nest in here. I was expecting that to be all rotten down there, but it's actually not. I've got about half a 20 litre drum there full of dirt. Got 10 litres of muck. So I'm just going to hit this first up with just with the pressure washer and water. We'll see how that goes. I'll clean out most of the garbage that's in there. I'll get some degreaser and we'll go from there. You may not believe it, but it's actually got fuel sitting in the fuel filter and it's red. So it looks like old Super or something. Doubt very much if it'd be any good. Anyway, I'll go and get some degreaser. I think it's going to need petrol poured all over it and scrub myself to start with. But I might give a bit of petrol a go first, give it a good scrub down and see how we go from there. So I've given the engine and the engine bay a bit of a clean up with petrol off camera and then pressure cleaned it. I've just soaked it in degreaser now, so we'll pressure wash that off and see how it comes up, see what the results are. Then probably I'll let that dry off and maybe tomorrow I'll pull the spark plugs out, fill it up with a bit of WD-40, turn it over by hand, and all the fuel lines and everything have all perished, so I'll have to get an additional battery onto it and see if the thing will even turn over. I don't even know whether it'll turn over, but we'll pressure clean the rest of it off and see how it turns out. So I'm just going to pull the old carburetor air cleaner off it. It's the foam on it's totally disintegrated, as you can imagine, but it was intact. So I'm just going to pull that off. I'm a little bit interested to see what size the carburetor is, whether it's a 40 or a 45. And as you can see, that foam is just a little bit shot. So there you go, it's a 45 DCOE. So quite a valuable little carburetor there. So I'll pull the top off it, fill it with oil. When I say fill it with oil, I just mean the jet plungers and stuff like that. I'll clean the needle and seat and all that out. There's the rest of that filter. Not too good anymore. Still another screw in it. And that plunger works quite well. Look at that, beautiful. Don't have to do anything with that. Bit of water in there. I guess that that's the reason after being in there with that. The main jets are 140s. That all sounds about right. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. Tomorrow I'll pull the jets out of the Weber, clean them all up, make sure they're all good. Pull the plugs, fill her up with a bit of WD, wind it over by hand. Then wind it over, hopefully on the starter motor without any spark plugs in, sort of make sure it's all nice and free. Then we'll hook a little bit of fuel up to it and put some spark plugs in it and cross the fingers it might work. Just on a footnote, I was hoping the engine that was in that car was a 1.4 litre engine. I've checked the engine numbers, and apparently it's just an R10 1100 engine with an R12 cylinder head on it. So the engine that I was hoping it isn't. Anyway, you get that. Alright guys, until next time, like, subscribe and share, and don't forget, give it a little like if you like the videos. If not, leave me a comment and tell me what you think. and don't forget to hit that little bell for your notifications. That's it, guys. See you next time.